Bro, y'all gotta understand too, cause y'all gonna be like, bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing.
So Blake Snell decided to drop some absolute heat on his Twitch stream last night, and we're going to talk about it. Guys, welcome back to my channel, Brian Talks Baseball, where I'm Brian and we talk about baseball. I know in my last video I kind of talked about how this channel is going to be centered around sabermetrics and analytics and things like that, and that's true. The majority of the videos I plan on making are going to be in that realm, but one thing I also want to do with this channel is kind of talk about, social and political issues and how they relate to baseball, because analytics actually ties in to a lot of those things. So with that said, let's kind of get started here.
No, I'm not splitting no revenue. I want all mine.
So for context there, the owners just proposed a revenue sharing plan in order to get baseball back up and running for the 2020 season. There was already kind of this handshake agreement between the Players Association and the owners that they would get paid a prorated salary based on how many games they actually played in 2020. What's coming out now is that they want the players to take an increased pay cut as part of this revenue sharing idea, and clearly some of the players are not on board with that.
Bro, y'all gotta understand too, because y'all gonna be like, bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing. Bro, I'm risking my life. What do you mean it should not be a thing? It 100% should be a thing. If I'm gonna play, I should be getting the money I signed to be getting paid.
Now, I'm kind of in agreement with Blake Snell here. I think it's important to remember here that these guys are human beings, right? They're professional athletes, but this idea that they should be playing for the love of the game, that they do what they love, and they're getting paid millions to play a kid's game. All that's true, but a couple of rebuttals to that fact, right? So the vast majority of professional athletes actually are not millionaires. Second of all, we're talking about people who have completely dedicated their lives to this crap. They don't clock out at 5 o'clock, right? They don't take weekends off, right? If you watch the whole stream, actually, before this, Blake Snell kind of went on about how he doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs, in season or off season. He's completely focused every day, like he doesn't go out, right? So these guys are completely dedicated to what they do. So we don't get to dictate how they get to do their jobs. So the fact that, they are, risking their lives if they get infected, they are risking their sanity because they're going to be isolated, they are risking their bodies because they have to ramp up quickly and play a shortened season, they're risking future pay and careers because of, they're playing a shorter season, so there's going to be a smaller sample, so they might have a worse year, and that, if I'm an impending free agent, that matters to me, right? If I'm pre-arbitration and I'm still making a league minimum salary, that matters to me, right? If I am in arbitration and my salary each year is based on performance, that matters to me. So a lot of what Blake Snell is saying is absolutely right here.
I should not be getting half of what I'm getting paid because the season's cut in half, on top of a 33% cut of the half that's already there. So I'm really getting like 25%. On top of that, it's getting taxed. So imagine how much I'm actually making to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't making shit. And on top of that, so all that money's gone. And now I play risking my life.
I kind of agree and disagree with this part of Blake Snell's take. For one, I don't think his math is correct there. Two, I kind of think it's funny how he mentioned taxes, because the less you're making, less taxes you make or get taken away. The issue I have with his take here is that he's saying that he's not making shit to play, and again, I want to go back to the idea these guys have dedicated their lives to this sport, so, and they're at the top of their profession, so they should get paid what they deserve, right? But I think this part here, and this is the kind of issue I have with Blake Snell in particular, and and how the Players Association is kind of handling this labor tension as a whole, not just this issue, is that statements like this lack a certain level of self-awareness, right? So like I said, I think a lot of what Blake Snell is saying is correct, But at the same time, what the players union needs to realize and what Snell needs to realize is, however he's getting affected monetarily and financially by this, the broadcasting crews, the reporters, the journalists who cover the team, the front office employees, the stadium workers, people like that are getting affected a lot more. So I really hope that whatever the outcome is, the Players Association, I think, needs to be a little bit more solution oriented, especially if they're going to try and fight this battle in the court of public opinion. If they continue to make statements like that, they're going to lose.
And if I get the Rona, on top of that, if I get the Rona, guess what happens with that? Oh yeah, that's in my body forever. That damage is not going to be like the damage that was done to my body. That's going to be there forever. So now I got to play with that on top of that. So y'all got to understand, man. For me to take a pay cut is not happening because the risk is through the roof. It's a shorter season, less pay. Like, bro, yeah, man, I gotta get my money.
This kind of ties back to what I was talking about earlier about the risk involved. It's not just with their health; it's about the future of their careers. It's their sanity if they have to be isolated. One of the parts of the proposal is extremely limited travel. Not playing in front of audiences, things like that. So there are going to be safety measures put in place to keep them safe, but. Again, it's not just their health that they're risking here, and I'm really glad that Blake Snell, as raw as this video might be, I'm really glad he is saying it because a lot of people aren't realizing that.
Because I'm just saying, man, it just doesn't make sense for me to lose all of that money and then go play and then be on lockdown, not around my family, not around the people I love.
Yeah, again, I think Blake Snell is doing a good job here of raising the other concerns besides health. I think it's important that he does that because, again, I think the backlash he's getting and the misconception here is, these guys are getting, paid, millions to play a game or whatever. But yeah, I mean, he's basically saying is that, if I'm going to risk all of these things, then, I want to get paid what I'm worth. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, people at the top of their profession should be getting paid what they get paid, and they deserve that money. I mean, if you have a wedding and you ask one of the best photographers in the world to take a 60% pay cut to do your wedding, I don't think it's going to happen, right? So we shouldn't ask these players to do the same thing and then shame them for not wanting to. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
I'm sorry. So in my head, I'm preparing for next season, and I'm actually preparing for right now, but as if I'm preparing for next season.
We paint the players as the bad guys here, but and somehow we think the owners are the good guys and they're the ones that are going to lose out here. That's not true, right? So yes, the players are, we can call them millionaires or whatever, but the owners are billionaires, right? And they actively do everything they can to pay these players as little as possible, less than what they're worth, right? They do that continuously, right? And they're the ones also saying that they stand to lose less money by just foregoing the season than playing in front of empty stadiums. So why are we still asking the players to risk all of these things to play a truncated season? I just don't understand.
So it's not worth it. It's not. I love baseball to death. It's just not worth it.
I mean, I want to see baseball in 2020 more than anybody, and I think the players want to play. All things considered, but all of these risks being so high, I think Snell's right here. Like I said, I think he could have run it by some PR people before he went on a rant like this, because like I said, it does lack a certain level of self-awareness, but I think that he's not wrong in any of the points that he made, and a lot of players are agreeing with him. Trevor Bauer came out and said something similar. I know Sean Doolittle said something similar. So players are speaking out against this proposal. Like I said, I wish that something can get resolved quickly, and I hope the Players Association can be a little bit more solution-oriented, solution-driven to get this resolved. But I think these concerns are real, and I think we need to stop shaming these players for wanting to get paid what they deserve if they are taking on all of this risk. So that's my take on it. Guys, if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I plan on doing a lot of videos about sabermetrics. I plan on doing a lot of videos with this type of social commentary. So thank you for stopping by, and yeah, I'll see you next time.